everyone. So today we're going to talk about something that I think is so important to talk about, especially as young adults, etc. Why do I always share about money, and why am I always super transparent about how much I make and where I make it? And the reason for that is simple. One day I quit my career and I was desperately looking for a new place to start, and I found this girl online who was sharing very openly about how much she makes in her t shirt company. And then I ended up buying her membership in order to find out exactly what she knows because she was so open and transparent on a free video. I believe it was on YouTube, only to find out that this girl is like sitting on a minefield of knowledge that she was now sharing inside of this membership. And I realized in that moment how powerful knowledge is. Obviously, there's a lot of other circumstances. I mean, I think if you're trying to make money online, it's way easier if you're doing it in a busy, like hustling, bustling city versus in a rural area at home where there's sometimes no network and sometimes no power. So definitely, I don't think that even if I had put in everything into my t-shirt business, that it would have worked out. Mainly because there were just so many other things missing from the equation, and one of them was obviously, affordability. If you live in a place like that, a lot of people only focus on basic needs. So because of her transparency, I realized how powerful it was to share knowledge and to share like the truth about where things come from. A lot of people want to play things very close to the chest because they feel comfortable if they are the only ones who know that particular thing or have that particular knowledge. I don't know why, but that's just the way that it is. So when I started tutoring and basically running all these side hustle businesses and stuff like that, number one thing that made me super successful in it, because I knew the numbers going in. I knew that, okay, the average charge per 1 hour class is this much. Had I not known that, I would have seriously lowballed myself and ended up being burnt out and super unhappy, even though I was producing amazing results. So I think that it really helped me because it helped me price. And when I was learning how to price my services and products and things like that, I realized that I did have a money scarcity type of mentality, otherwise known as a poverty mindset or poverty mentality. Like everything just, oh my gosh, charging this much is like super unreasonable and all of that. And it isn't, especially if you know the value that you bring to something. Another thing that I also learned during this whole, knowledge, sharing like journey is also the fact that there are a lot of things that I know that other people don't know. And there's also things that I would pay to know that somebody else knows. And that the fact that I'm willing to pay for it, that's the power in knowledge, right? So whenever I buy something or whenever I try to learn something that I bought, I am honest about it so that people can know that there is a place where they can get the same type of knowledge, and how they implement that is up to them. So it's very important to share these things so that people know where to find that particular knowledge. So another reason why I always share this part is also for people to understand how much they can make. Now, my how much I make is not a benchmark because there are people who can make 5 times to 10 times what I make in the same amount of time. So if let's say I make 25,000 rand from Fiverr this year, there are people who have made 10 times that and 20 times that in this year who started the same time that I started or earlier. Okay. And I think that people need to know what's possible, and they need to know what they are getting themselves into. Another thing that people are super secretive about is like the income that people can make from Airbnbs. I don't know why people don't want to share that. It's kind of like, don't you want somebody else to also offer the same thing so that they can also make a bit of extra money? So I think that hogging knowledge and hogging information is probably like the cruelest things that one of the cruelest things that we do as humans, especially as South Africans. Like, look outside. Like, Can you see what's happening? We all need to help each other, and we all need to push this thing along so that we all end up prospering and not just a fraction of us. Do you get what I mean? Another thing is that on Fiverr, I think the way that things happen on Fiverr was just such a shock to me because I went into it not believing that it was possible for me. I went into it thinking, no, this is for like US based people. And I don't know why I had that mindset, but it was just there. And all of these other things, there's no way I'll make any money from it. And now, a year later, and 25,000 Rand later, I'm just shocked beyond my ears. And I'm telling everyone that I can see that get on this platform, get on it right now. It's not too late for you because it wasn't too late for me. Do you get what I mean? So it's kind of like so scary. And then I think the scary part about Fiverr is that I made all this money writing, which is a thing that I would never openly admit to people that I do. So it's just hilarious to me because like I always felt like I was not a good enough writer um, to write for other people where other people pay me. So the fact that I can make money from something that I'm super insecure about, that's why I tell people about it because I'm just like, you can do anything you want. I also share my struggles in making money, which is the fact that I started on Upwork. It's gonna be a year, I think, in June or something. Haven't made a cent on it. And the platform is quite intimidating, especially because you basically have to bid for a job. And if you're bidding against people who have started making money on Upwork, who just have that evidence, portfolio of evidence that they've done work, chances are high that they would get selected above you. So every time I go to Upwork, I won't lie to you, it's like a minefield um, of just feeling scared and feeling not good enough and all of those things all at the same time. But you have to push through. You have to prove to yourself that you can do it. And I think that's the other thing that helped me make the money that I've made this year is that I changed my mindset about failing. My mindset about failure before was to say, um, if you do something, then you fail at it, then you're failing at it. um, then sometimes you wouldn't even start because you can kind of project in terms of, oh, there's a high chance that I might fail at this, so it's better not to even apply. But now the victory for me was attached to me doing my part. And then whatever other people do is none of my business. And that's also the way that I want to go back to approaching Upwork. Because when I was doing yoga, I had to go to people into people's shops. They have the advantage there and sell a product that at the beginning I hadn't seen before or I hadn't used before. So I had to troubleshoot things like on the spot. And later on, I realized that it's not about whether someone buys from me or not. It's about the fact that I went to the shop, I introduced myself, and I presented them with a solution for a potential problem that they might be having. So if you look at things from that point of view, then you're a winner anyway. So if you look at things from the point of view of your victory lies in you doing what is in your control, that's how you get ahead. And that's what helped me to go after most of the things that I thought were out of my league anyway. And that's why I share my journey because I want you to realize that I was scared doing those things. I didn't know if they were gonna work out. I mean, I'm telling you about Upwork now. I've made $0 on Upwork, but I'm gonna keep trying. And when I do make $1 eventually, I'm gonna come back here and be like, "We did it!" Because I want you to believe in what seems impossible. Because there was a stage in my life where I thought that my career was my entire identity, and I could do nothing else. So my life was practically over. But then I found all these amazing things that light me up, that nurture me, that put a twinkle in my eye. um, and if I can do that, so can you, because I was in a really bad space when I found all these things. And you need to also find a way to keep pouring into yourself. With me, I do that through books and videos, just learning about what other entrepreneurs have learned throughout the entrepreneurial journey. I freaking love those types of content because it helps you see that you're not your imposter syndrome. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, I really hope that this helped. If it did, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be glad to answer any questions if you do have any regarding money, how to make money, how to survive, how to be a millennial freelancer, all of those good things. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.